Friends, there is a rhythm to life greater than any song you can hear. Most people fill their days with music that entertains the ear. But what if you replace that with something that transforms the mind? I invite you to consider this. The melodies you choose for your mind decide the movements of your destiny. Instead of letting popular tunes dictate your thinking, feed your spirit with harmonies of discipline, learning, and unwavering ambition. Replace idle listening with intentional learning means seizing the moments you might otherwise let slip into unconscious habit and converting them into opportunities for growth. When most people are walking, commuting, or doing chores, they fill their ears with whatever is trending, not realizing that the words and rhythms they consume are programming their thoughts. But the mind is fertile ground. It will grow whatever seeds you plant. If you feed it trivia, gossip, or mindless entertainment, it will produce thoughts of the same quality. If you feed it strategies, philosophies, and knowledge directly related to your purpose, it will yield ideas, plans, and solutions that move you toward that purpose. Think of every hour of idle listening as an open classroom that you control. By choosing to listen to audiobooks, lectures, podcasts, or training relevant to your ambitions, you transform passive time into active development. The difference over weeks, months, and years is staggering. The person who passively listens will have a playlist of memories. The person who intentionally learns will have a mind sharpened like a finely tuned instrument. The goal is not to simply stop listening to music, but to replace it strategically with the voices, insights, and teachings that will mold you into the person capable of achieving what you desire. If you fill your ears with wisdom, your tongue will speak wisdom. If you fill your mind with success principles, your actions will naturally align with them. Over time, your habits, decisions, and results will carry the unmistakable sound of a mind trained for greatness. A melody no radio station can play, but one the world will hear in the life you live. Replace catchy lyrics with clear goals is about shifting the soundtrack of your mind from temporary amusement to purposeful direction. A song's hook can loop in your head for days, sometimes without you even noticing. That repetition shapes your thoughts and mood, often in ways that have nothing to do with your real life objectives. Now imagine replacing that mental loop with a constant replay of your own ambitions, worded so vividly and powerfully that they pull you forward every time they echo in your mind. Clear goals are like the lyrics of your personal destiny. When you write them down, refine them, and repeat them daily, they begin to imprint on your subconscious. You no longer drift through days reacting to whatever comes. You begin to act with intention because your goals have become part of your inner dialogue. Instead of humming a song about someone else's story, you are reciting the story you are determined to live. This change has a cumulative effect. The more you rehearse your goals in your mind, the more they influence your decisions, your focus, and even the opportunities you notice. While catchy lyrics can entertain you for a moment, clear goals will guide you for a lifetime. Every line of your goal statement is a note in the composition of your future. And when you play those notes often enough, you begin to move, speak, and think in harmony with the life you are creating. Over time, you will realize that your greatest hit isn't on a playlist. It's the reality you built from the chorus you chose to repeat. Replace background noise with mental rehearsal is the art of turning otherwise wasted sound into a private training ground for your mind. Most people allow random chatter, television hum, or ambient music to fill their surroundings without realizing it occupies precious mental real estate. That background noise doesn't push you closer to your goals. It simply occupies space where strategy, vision, and creative problem solving could live. But when you intentionally silence that clutter and replace it with focused mental rehearsal, you harness one of the most powerful tools available to you, the ability to practice success in the theater of your own mind before it ever arrives in reality. Mental rehearsal is not daydreaming. It is purposeful imagination. It is seeing yourself performing tasks with precision, speaking with confidence, overcoming obstacles, and experiencing victories before they occur. Athletes use it to sharpen their performance. Leaders use it to prepare for negotiations. Creators use it to envision the finished work before the first step is taken. In your quiet moments, you can picture the conversations you will have, the deals you will close, the solutions you will present, and the way you will respond under pressure. The brain responds to these vivid rehearsals almost as if they were real experiences, strengthening the neural pathways that prepare you for actual execution. When you choose mental rehearsal over meaningless noise, you are telling your mind that your future matters more than idle distraction. You are replacing random influence with deliberate programming. Over time, this practice turns uncertainty into familiarity and anxiety into confidence. Then, when the moment comes to act, you will find yourself moving with the assurance of someone who has already been there. Because in your mind, you have replace entertainment with enlightenment is the conscious decision to trade temporary amusement for lasting transformation. Entertainment, while pleasant, often asks nothing of you but your time, and in return, it gives you an escape, a few hours where you forget your struggles and lose yourself in someone else's story. There is nothing inherently wrong with moments of leisure, but when they dominate your life, they rob you of the chance to expand your thinking, deepen your understanding, and strengthen your character. Enlightenment, on the other hand, is the kind of input that doesn't just occupy your attention, it elevates it. It feeds your mind with ideas, perspectives, and truths that change the way you see yourself and the world. Choosing enlightenment means becoming deliberate about what you consume. Instead of spending the evening watching endless shows designed to keep you comfortable, you might read a book that challenges you to grow, study a biography that reveals the mindset of great achievers, or listen to teachings that sharpen your wisdom. This shift changes not only how you think, but also what you believe is possible. Entertainment leaves you where it found you. Enlightenment moves you to a higher ground from which you can see further, plan better, and act with greater conviction. Over time, this habit compounds. Just as consistent entertainment can dull ambition, consistent enlightenment can ignite it. You begin to connect ideas in new ways, find solutions to problems that once seemed impossible, and see opportunities others overlooked. The mind that is regularly exposed to light will naturally reject the shadows of ignorance. By replacing entertainment with enlightenment, you are not just filling your time differently. You are reprogramming the operating system of your life, ensuring that each day adds to your knowledge, strengthens your resolve, and shapes you into someone who does not need to escape reality, because you are building one worth living in. Replace momentary pleasure with lasting power is about choosing the rewards that endure over the thrills that fade. Momentary pleasure is easy to find. The sweet indulgence, the impulsive purchase, the lazy afternoon spent avoiding the task that matters most. It feels good in the moment, but it is fleeting, leaving nothing substantial behind except a craving for the next quick fix. Lasting power, on the other hand, is built through discipline, sacrifice, and choices that may not feel exciting in the short term but create strength, stability, and influence that cannot be taken from you. This shift begins with recognizing that every decision either spends your energy or invests it. When you choose the comfort of immediate gratification, you are often trading tomorrow's strength for today's ease. But when you choose the discipline of meaningful work, the commitment to health, the habit of saving and building, you are storing energy, wisdom, and resources for the future. That stored power becomes a foundation from which you can act decisively, endure challenges, and seize opportunities others are too weak or unprepared to grasp. The irony is that the very pleasures you sacrifice today often return to you multiplied in the future, not as cheap imitations, but as rewards backed by the freedom, confidence, and influence you have earned. A single moment of indulgence can be pleasant, but a lifetime of self-mastery is powerful. Lasting power allows you to stand firm when life tests you, to lead when others falter, and to create outcomes rather than wait for them. Replacing momentary pleasure with lasting power is not about rejecting joy. It is about choosing the kind of joy that continues to give. It is about crafting a life where every action you take is a deposit into the bank of your own capability. And when that account is full, you can live, give, and create at a level that makes momentary pleasures seem small compared to the lasting legacy you've built. My friends, it is not that music is the enemy. It is that your time and attention are treasures, and treasures must be invested, not merely spent. Replace the fleeting beat with the eternal rhythm of purpose, and your life will not just play a song, it will compose a legacy.